Divorce 4 times. Let's see, let's go. Tell me, what do you want to know?
What is the most toxic thing that you've ever done?
Okay, let's do this. All right, take them to court and then get a good divorce lawyer, of course. Take them for half of the retirement, take them half of their property, and then fight them for higher child support, okay? And a couple of years from now, hit you up for more child support every 3 years. Every 3 years, you go up from maybe 200 to 300 to 400 to 500, you bring it up to $2,000 per child. Per child. But I got one child right here. Kaylin right here. Her daddy paying child support for her, of course, it always is. 4 times divorce.
Shalom. Start by off, you'll say, Kal Halayam, La Alahaina, Yahweh, Bashim Rashai, Bashim Makakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great studenthood. Well, Shalom to the brothers that pushing the truth and the sincerity to all the four corners of the earth. And Shalom unto the Israelites who have been scattered among the hidden nations. And Shalom unto the few and faithful Aquatium who's listening and learning the Karatazah from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp of Trinidad and Tobago. Alright? So you can see this woman here who we looking at. Yeah, I ain't even going to stick long on this lesson, right? It's just one of the wicked, women that I'm again, alright? As you can see that, she married four times. And then guess what? She have a daughter right next to her. So look. So that daughter is going to come up in that same toxic trait, right? As I say, the blind leadeth the blind, right? And you can see that this is something where it is a perfect example in terms of what is taking place. All right. The scripture also talk about scripture also talk about a wicked woman, right? Also talk about scripture also mention is that just roughly paraphrasing that that anyway, I'll get that precept along the way. All right, so let me bring a precept here one time. All right, this is the book of Micah 2:1. Woe to them that despise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Right, she working evil upon her beds. This is something that she just get up one morning and just start doing. This is something premeditated, right? She premeditating these things, right? When the morning is light, they practice it, right? She practicing it. She, as she say, that she was divorced 4 times, right? So there's nothing new for her, right? On top here saying, woe to the oppressors, right? But these wicked women, they have the philosophy of Esau as well. So they just be an oppressor onto their husbands, right? And they do wicked work, and they do wicked works. It have women who will work different sorceries upon their husband to act a certain way, for them to deal with them a certain way. For them to get certain things that they want, right? As I say, when the morning is light, they practice it, right? Because it is in the power of their, it is in the power of their hand, right? I just using this scripture, right? Just to show, how wicked the woman is too, because she is an oppressor onto her husband. Right, and with their husband, accepting these things and going along with it, they just being a simp. They also running out of the wits for women as well. All right, so hey, within these scriptures, it don't lie at all, right? And you can see, how her behavior. She's very proud as well, right? But she's very proud. All right, this is the book of Sirach 26 and 26. A woman that honored her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonored him in his pride shall be counted ungodly of all. And you all can see what taking place there, right? Remember what she said also, that she had 4, so which that takes you back to she is also a whore, which going into being a harlot, right? Because a woman basically only supposed to move on when when her husband died, right? And I show that, I would say, even if 2 of her husbands still alive, or if all 4 of them still alive, right, she will be basically counted as a harlot. All right. So you get the next precept. All right. This is Proverbs 23 and 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in wait as for a prey. Right. So you can see here, she going in. She says she was married 4 times, so which is she don't know the game, right? So she just sitting like a snake, waiting to strike when the time is right. All right, and increaseth the transgressors among men. All right, so you can see what's taking place there. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin. This was the scripture that I was trying to get from before. All right, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Right, we see what these women doing, and her daughter is picking up that same trend. Right, is picking up that same trend. We feel might probably go on with her within the future, right? She might cause these sims to fight among themselves and kill each other and all these different things, right? But they just show the wickedness of the woman, and how proud that they are within this wickedness, right? But soon come they will get their judgment. All right, and to that I hope this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, Kal Halayam La Alahai Nawa Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Shalom unto the brothers that pushing the works in truth and in sincerity, try to folk unto it, and shalom unto the sisters, who's listening and learning and obeying the husband. This is your brother Kratiza. Until next time, shalom.